Hey guys, welcome to Camp Quarantine. I'm here in the ambulance. We're going to do our soap tonight here. Normally it's going to be more of a live feed where you can comment back and I can comment on it. But when I'm in the ambulance, it's tricky to get that going. So for tonight, leave your comments in the side and then I'll respond to them as we go. One of the things that is a good thing to do with your time when you're down on any kind of time, but especially something like this, is to read God's Word. So there's this challenge, and I'm going to put a link right in the bio. And it's called New Through 30. So it's a challenge to read the New Testament through in 30 days. And it takes a little bit of time. It's about 7 to 9 chapters every day. But it would take you from Matthew all the way through Revelation. And so day 1, which is today, I'm going to do day 1 today, is Matthew 1 through 9. And anyone who wants to take this challenge, you're going to grow. But I'd say if you do the challenge, then once this quarantine is over or when we're able to, then we'll come and reward you and do an Ambo trip, something, get some ice cream in the Ambo. So do it along with us. Day 1, Matthew 1 through 9. We're not going to soap together all of chapters 1 through 9. I'm actually going to soap the last part of Matthew chapter 9. So, all right, let's read together Matthew chapter 9, verse 27. It says, as Jesus went on from there, 2 blind men followed him, calling out, "Have mercy on us, son of David." When he had gone indoors, the blind men came to him, and he asked them, "Do you believe that I'm able to do this?" "Yes, Lord," they replied. Then he touched their eyes and said, "According to your faith, let it be done to you." And their sight was restored. Jesus warned them sternly, "See that no one knows about this." But they went out and spread the news about him all over the region. While they were going out, a man who was demon-possessed and could not talk was brought to Jesus. And when the demon was driven out, the man who had been mute spoke. The crowd was amazed and said, "Nothing like this has ever been seen in Israel." But the Pharisees said, "It's because of the prince of demons that he drives out demons." All right, so let's make some observations. We just read Matthew 9, verse 27 to 34. And now as we observe, so Jesus is going out and Jesus sees, I'll put some X's on him, he sees a blind man. And what does the blind man say? Actually, it was 2 blind men. Boom, boom. And they say, "Have mercy on us, son of David." That's a whole nother thought. Jesus being the son of David, it just shows that he's the Messiah. And Jesus is like, "No, I'm going inside." But when he went inside, the guys followed him over there. And Jesus said to them, "Do you believe that I can do this?" He says, "Do you believe?" And they're like, yeah, why would we be following you inside if we didn't believe it? And so Jesus says, "According to your faith, it will be done to you." So I'm just going to write the word faith. Some people like to write more words and that's fine, but I'm just writing faith. It was because of their faith that they were healed. And it says their sight was restored. Yay, we can see now. And then Jesus says, make sure nobody knows about this. Don't tell anyone. That seems kind of strange. That's kind of like what's happening here. Is like people are saying, "Don't go to the store. Keep this down." Jesus didn't want this spreading yet. But the gospel was about to go viral. But they went out and they spread the news all over everywhere. So I'm going to write that. Gospel gone viral. And then while they were walking out, then there's like person number 2 is a demon-possessed guy. So we're just going to like shroud him in darkness. Ooh, he's sad. And the demon's driven out and the mute man can now speak. So demon is out and now he can speak. And the crowd said, "Nothing like this has ever been done." So we're going to have this amazed crowd. They're like, "Wow, we didn't know that Jesus could do this." The crowd loves him. But the Pharisees, what did the Pharisees say? Check out verse 34. The Pharisees said, "Nope, it's by demons that he drives them out." In other words, the Pharisees doubted. Do you guys see the contrast? The blind guy was healed because of his what? Faith. The Pharisees' response was that they doubted. For the eye for interpretation, what you do is you take these blanks. I see that God blank, so I know that I blank. So God or Jesus, same thing. What do we see about Jesus here? Well, I can see that Jesus, what do you think? Put your comments right in the comment thing right now. I can see that Jesus, I can see that Jesus can heal. Yes. I can see that Jesus has power over demons. I can see that Jesus didn't want the word spread yet then. And then you can go, okay, so I know that well, if Jesus heals, I don't have to worry. If Jesus has power over demons, I don't have to fear. So that's kind of an interpretation. Take a second and think of what you want your interpretation to be. For mine, I'm going to say I can see that Jesus can heal or God has power. So I know that I don't have to fear. In a time like this where everything's unknown, that's kind of what I'm thinking. We're going to flip our page over. The A in SOAP stands for apply. And remember, apply should be something that is like tangible. Like, what are you going to do with it right now? And I will not fear what I can't control. That'd be like this whole COVID thing, government shutdowns, all this stuff. I won't fear what I can't control. And also the blind guy, why was he healed? Because he had faith. I will put my faith in Jesus. We'll come back to this apply in a second. But while I'm on this angle, I want to talk about the pray. When you pray for SOAP, we use these 4 letters that help us out. ACTS. A stands for adore. So what do you adore about God? God, you are powerful, awesome, healer, like everything. C is confess. Well, I can confess that I get worried about things I can't control. You might confess like your lack of faith. You may confess just a sin that you've done. I had a bad attitude towards a friend earlier today. I already confessed that, so I don't need to give that all out to you guys, but confess, yeah, that's important. The T is for thank. So much to be thankful for. I'm thankful for the ambulance. I'm thankful for technology, for food. That even in this crisis, it's not really a crisis. And then S is for supplication or a request. And I want to pray for you guys. If you guys have like a certain request, obviously, there's the fear and there's the health and all that stuff. But like, do you have a request that I can pray for you for? Like, Avery, tell me, Spitfire, will you pray for me for this? I don't know even who's all watching this, but write your request either in the comment if anybody can pray for it, or just message me or text me or Snapchat me, because I will pray for you. And back to the apply, this idea of putting your faith in Jesus. The first step in putting your faith in Jesus is for salvation. For saying, Jesus, I trust that when you died on the cross, that paid for my sin. I don't have to earn it. I don't have to be good enough. It doesn't matter that I can't get out to church or can't go to Bible club, because I'm not trusting in those things. But actually trusting in Jesus' blood. That's the first thing. But you also just have faith that Jesus will do what he says. So when he says, I will never leave you or forsake you, you say, God, I trust that, and I'm not going to cry about being alone. God, I trust that you've got good plans for me. God, I trust that you're going to work through me. Pick and apply and like actually think about, what am I going to do this day about it? And you might think, I can't do anything. I'm stuck at home. Yeah, you can still have faith. You can still trust. So do something. All right, so I'm going to pray, and then I'll tell you what's going to happen next. So go ahead and pray with me. Dear Lord, I just adore you because you are the healer and you're good, and demons don't stop you, blindness doesn't stop you, COVID doesn't stop you, nothing surprises you. Lord, I confess that I don't always have the right attitude about it. I have low faith. Lord, I confess that I'm selfish and quick to please myself. And I know it's easy to think, oh, gotta make a video and hope people watch it or get likes, but like, that's not it, Lord. I want kids who don't know how to soap to learn how to soap, and kids who don't know the gospel to learn the gospel. Lord, thank you for technology. Thank you for encouraging people like Carrie and Allison down in Indiana that said, hey, this is helpful. So, Lord, I just pray that they would keep soaping and that your word would be powerful. Lord, I pray for the medical people working and the families and the moms at home with kids, and just keep them safe. And, Lord, I'll be back to pray with you more later, but that's a long video. Amen. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, that's how you soap. S is for scripture. O is apply. Silent I is interpretation. Well, oh, that was silly of me. S is scripture. O is observe. Silent I for interpretation. A is apply and P is pray. All right, so here's kind of the thought. I'm taking the AMBO this weekend. We're going to see before they shut the roads down if we can still get anywhere. I'm going to try to live stream tomorrow, either morning or night, and the opposite one I'm going to read a story on. So I think a good story, I don't know if you want to tell me which one you'd rather learn about. We've got missionary story. Can you see this? William Carey. He was a missionary, I think, to China, speaking of COVID. Or I've got Hudson Taylor. No, Hudson Taylor was to China. Hudson Taylor, China. William Carey, Africa. Let me know which missionary story you'd like to hear, or other things that you might want to like hear on Camp Quarantine. We're going to be doing flannel graph. We're going to be doing keys for kids, all sorts of stuff. They're not all going to apply to you. You're not going to love every single one of them. But maybe you know somebody who does and somebody that's a help. So if so, let me know and we'll get it on for you. Thanks. Praying for you guys. I love you guys. Send me your prayer requests. I'm not joking, okay? Bye-bye.